give a little bit more food for thought. You know, the reason I use the Chris Watts case, you know, for a lot of these examples is because it's the biggest case, actually, in I want to say U.S. history, but as far as like murder cases, this is the one that sort of shocked everybody. So when I use this case as kind of an example for other things, you know, don't take it as my thoughts are just on the Chris Watts case. When I'm giving these analogies and I'm, you know, thinking this stuff, I'm not thinking of just the Chris Watts case. It's just the one I'm using because it's what you guys can relate to. But if, you know, if you have your minds made up and you're that kind of person that you've got your minds made up that he's a narcissist and he's evil and he cheated on his wife, then you really have to stop and wonder, you know, what about all the other innocent kids in the world that are murdered on a day-to-day basis? Yesterday, you know, I wanted to give you guys a live stream from the beach, so the ones that are up in the cold weather, you know, you could kind of feel the energy at the beach. And it came out really pixelated and just, it was a fucked up video. But now, on the way to the beach, I noticed there was 2 people laying dead on the side of the road covered up in sheets. There was 6 hours of traffic. So, like, literally, I was in bumper-to-bumper traffic for 6 hours trying to get home after that, and I never ended up getting a quality video while I was there, because it was just too congested. I didn't get a good signal. It makes you wonder, if I would have left 20 minutes earlier, would I have been the car passing by that person on a bike, and they wouldn't have died? Think about this for a minute. Everything seems to be in its proper place. Everything seems to happen the way it's supposed to happen. And I'm not saying that, you know, a lot of you will take that as, oh, he's saying the kids were supposed to die, that Shanann was supposed to die. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is, every day, innocent children die. Every day, there's a 10-year-old kid that's working his fingers to the bones, bleeding, sweating, suffering, not eating for 2-3 days at a time. So you can have that necklace that you're wearing. It kind of falls under the category of, you know, the same group of people crying oppression. I'm oppressed, I'm oppressed, I'm oppressed. You get to choose where you want to spend your food stamps at. How the fuck are you oppressed? Seriously, think about this for a minute. Like, you order a piece of costume jewelry on Amazon, and you just got to sit at the house and wait for it to arrive. You know how many people probably starved to death or died trying to make that? That's oppression. So, when I use these analogies, please, think of it as like a group thing. Because I'm trying to wake certain people up. I'm trying to wake certain groups of people up to not, you know, don't latch on to, oh, he's saying this about Chris Watts, and he's saying Chris Watts is a good person. That's not what I'm saying. I'm trying to use a Chris Watts case as an analogy because that is what everyone is latched onto. But if everyone is so distraught and devastated over the loss of Shanann and the girls, why are you not mourning the loss of every child that dies on a day-to-day basis in the United States, around the world for that matter? Like, really put some thought into this. Innocent children die daily, not just Bella and Celeste. Innocent children are murdered daily, without cause, without reason, without justification. Why are you not mourning them? Why are you not stringing up their murderers by the balls? Why are you just hanging on this one case? So, put some thought into this. Really ask yourself this question. Is things supposed to happen the way they do? Everybody fails to realize that wherever you go, that's right where you're supposed to be. And that's the bottom line. You know, I could tell stories that are just so in-depth and so meaningful that you would really think to yourself, my God, that just doesn't... It sounds like it fits together so perfectly. A perfect combination of bad versus followed by something extremely good, that it would almost sound like I was making the stories up. Wherever you go, you are right where you're supposed to be. And I'm not saying that the girls deserve to die. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that everything happens for its own reason. If for any other reason, think like you've got a group of really mean, evil people giving out negative energy. These people, that negative energy just absorbed into Chris, and he snapped. Then you got another group of people who really want to understand what went through his head that made it happen. Was it negative energy? What was it? What made him snap? Not that he was a narcissist. Something a little bit more understandable. Then you've got one guy that's trying to make sense of what happened and try to really like look inside of this man's head to figure it out. And I'm trying to get all of you to really open your minds and expand your train of thought to try to think outside the box. Not think in terms of mob, because that's a lot of the comments that I'm reading. It's very mob-like mentality that I'm seeing in the comment box. You know, let's string them up and burn them at the stake. He was a narcissist, bottom line, that's all it was. I think there was a little bit more to it than that. You know, why has none of these other murders shocked the country like this? There's a reason behind this. It's getting everybody around the world to stop and take a hard look at the case. So think for a minute. What is it about this case that we're really supposed to be looking at? Wrap your mind around that.